What if I told you the government has officially confirmed something that could put an extra £5,600 a year into your pocket? And I don't mean maybe or someday, I mean soon, and for real. No guesswork, no gimmicks. This is real, it's already been approved, and it begins rolling out in 2025. Yet, and this is a big yet, most people haven't even checked whether they qualify. Some could miss out entirely, simply because of a tiny overlooked detail in their records. Right now, all across the UK, thousands of pensioners are waking up to the fact that a major change is here, and not just a small increase or a tweak to the system. This is the biggest uplift many have seen in years. It's aimed squarely at easing the pressure from rising bills, skyrocketing food prices, and the constant stress of trying to make money stretch. So what is this pension boost? Who can get it? And what should you do today to make sure you don't lose a single penny? If you're already drawing your pension or just months away from retirement, this could be the difference between scraping by and finally catching your breath financially. There's also something else, something most people don't realize. Even a small mistake in your record could reduce what you're paid, and you might not even know it's happening. So stick with me, because I'm going to explain what's changed, how that 5,600 figure is worked out, the dates that matter, and, most importantly, how to check your entitlement before it's too late. What you learn in the next few minutes could completely change how you plan the rest of your retirement. Now, this announcement from the government isn't just another inflation-linked adjustment. It's one of the most meaningful changes to the state pension in recent history. And it's not just about numbers. It's about what those numbers mean. An increase of up to £5,600 might sound like just a headline, but think about what that means when broken down. That's nearly £470 added to your bank account every month, if you're eligible for the full amount. That kind of money could genuinely change your day-to-day life. Whether it helps you buy healthier food, turn the heating on without guilt, spoil your grandkids, or simply enjoy your retirement without counting every pound, it matters. But, and here's the twist, it's not automatic. Not everyone gets this increase by default. Yes, it's been confirmed. Yes, it's part of the state pension update for 2025. But your eligibility depends on several factors, including your national insurance record, your history of contributions, and even whether you've claimed certain top-ups in the past. And sadly, history tells us that thousands of pensioners miss out on what they deserve because the system isn't easy to navigate. That's why understanding what's going on is so important. Because when you do, you can take real steps to protect yourself and ensure you don't fall through the cracks. Let's take a step back. Why is this happening now? Because the cost of living crisis has hit people hard. Especially older people on fixed incomes. When everything from food and gas to rent and electricity goes up, but your income doesn't, it creates a silent, painful struggle. Too many pensioners have been forced to choose between heating their homes and eating decent meals. That's not just wrong, it's heartbreaking. After a lifetime of work, no one should have to make those kinds of choices. That pressure has built up, and the government has been forced to act. This increase, which is part of the triple lock guarantee, is one way they're responding. And this year, the numbers have aligned to offer a genuine boost, not just a token rise. But it comes with a catch. You've got to take action. Have you checked your national insurance record recently? Because what's supposed to be a full boost could be reduced significantly if there are gaps in your contributions. Maybe you missed a year or two. Maybe you didn't even know. But even one missing year can reduce your weekly payment, and that adds up over time. Some people are just one qualifying year short. And with the deadline for voluntary contributions approaching fast, that 1 year could cost thousands over the course of retirement. And it's not only about missing contributions. If you've ever received carer's allowance or child benefit, you might actually have qualifying years that aren't yet showing up in your records. Or if you lived or worked abroad for a while, that could affect your contributions, too. These little technicalities might seem small, but they can have huge real-world impacts. That's why, now more than ever, it's worth taking 10 minutes to log into the government website and check your forecast. I know it's not the most exciting thing you could do today, but it could change your income for the rest of your life. Now let's talk about who gets the full amount. If you reached state pension age after the 6th of April, 2016, and you've got a full national insurance record, you qualify for what's called the new state pension. That's the one that's going up to around £221.20 a week. Multiply that by 52 weeks, and you're looking at over £11,500 a year. The increase from last year alone is about £900 more annually. And that's not including anything else you might already be getting, like a private pension, savings, or other benefits. Now, for those on the basic state pension, the numbers are a bit lower, but the rise is still meaningful, especially if you get pension credit or other top-ups. At this point, you might be asking, will this really make a difference? Especially when prices are still climbing? And honestly, that's a fair question. No one's pretending this will suddenly make you rich. But it's a meaningful shift. It helps. Especially when you pair it with other support like winter fuel payments, cost of living schemes, and council tax reductions. This year's pension boost is a sign that things are moving in the right direction, and we can only hope it's the beginning of more to come. But still, there's something crucial that many people don't know. If you don't act soon, you could lose the right to backdate voluntary contributions. Right now, the government has allowed people to fill in gaps in their national insurance record going all the way back to 2006. But that extension has a deadline, and it's coming fast. Once it passes, your chance to fix your history disappears, and along with it, the chance to increase your pension. So if you're in your late 50s, early 60s, or even already retired, it's absolutely worth double-checking. Some of you may have heard of pensioners receiving unexpected back payments, sometimes thousands of pounds, after the DWP uncovered underpayments. These aren't rare. In fact, the Department for Work and Pensions is still reviewing several categories of pensioners, especially married women, widows, and those over 80, who may have been short-changed under the old system. If you think that might apply to you or someone in your family, don't wait. Reach out to the DWP. Speak with someone you trust. Because there could be money you're owed, and you might not even realize it. Now, let's get personal for a second. Imagine it's January. You're sitting in your living room. The news is on, maybe you've got a warm cup of tea in hand. Then your bank app pings. You check it, and you see that payment come in. Not just a few extra pounds, but enough to pay off a bill, fix your boiler, book that trip you've been dreaming about, or just finally relax a little. That's what this is about. It's not about policy or paperwork, it's about peace of mind. Security. Dignity. After years of paying in, raising kids, working hard, contributing in every way, this is about getting something back that feels fair. And look, if all this feels a bit much, if you're overwhelmed, unsure where to begin, or ready to just shut the laptop and forget about it, you're not alone. That's why we explain this. Not to confuse or stress you out, but to help. Like a neighbor would. You don't need a degree in pensions or finance to understand your rights. You just need someone to lay it out clearly and honestly. We've had countless people say they would have missed out completely if they hadn't heard about this. People who had missing contributions, unclaimed credits, or incorrect records they didn't even know about. And it's shocking how many are still missing out simply because they assume it doesn't apply to them. Please don't be one of them. Whether you're already drawing a pension, working part-time, or helping an older loved one, now is the time to take action. One of the most important and simplest things you can do right now is log into your personal tax account at Gov.uk. From there, you can check your full national insurance history, view your state pension forecast, and find out if there are any gaps. If there are, you'll also see how much it costs to fill those gaps and whether it's worth it for you based on your age and situation. It's all right there. That little online account is far more powerful than people realize. And before we wrap up, let me say this. You've spent years and decades contributing to this country. Through your work, through your family, through taxes and service. Your retirement shouldn't be an afterthought. This increase isn't a handout. It's not charity. It's yours. If you've earned it, you deserve it. But no one else is going to claim it for you. So please, stay alert, stay informed, and don't let a single pound slip away. 15 minutes today could bring you peace of mind for the next 15 years. And if you're still watching, still listening, that tells me something. You care about your future. You want honesty, not hype. Clarity, not confusion. That's exactly what you deserve. And now you know what to do next. Go take that step. You'll be glad you did.